Welcome back to the Mad Spiderverse. I'm Mad Spidey. Thanks for tuning into my channel. So today, this video is going to be something a little bit different. So I'm not going to be showing anything. I'm not going to be, displaying or, talking about any comics or doing a haul or anything like that. So if that's what you're here for, I'm sorry. But this one's a bit more of a personal sort of video. Nothing bad. It was just brought to light to me basically yesterday that this will be my 500th video. Now, it's not necessarily a milestone that people would celebrate or, put out there to the world. Generally, it's subscriber, things or views or hours or monetization or things like that. But it just made me sort of have this is probably more of a reflection video more than anything else. So if you want to watch, fantastic. Thank you for watching. If you don't want to watch, that's fine too. So I've always been one of those sort of guys, one of those sort of channels where if people watch, fantastic. If they don't want to watch, they just want to subscribe, that's fine too. I've been more than happy to accumulate the subscribers, the followers, the fans, and most of all, the family and friends. Yes, I did say family because there's some people in this community that I consider family, over the years. So I just thought I'd reflect a bit on basically, my journey. The other thing that, obviously the first thing that I want to go over is that mid-April, so even though it was like a month ago, I did actually hit my 4-year anniversary for YouTube. Doesn't feel like that long. It only feels like maybe 2 years at most. But I have actually been doing content for 4 years. Obviously, I'd made some earlier appearances before I started my channel. And that sort of brings me back to the start, obviously. One of my best mates in the community, and because I've known him obviously outside of YouTube for a long time, even though we sort of lost connection for quite a few many years, is my boy Simple Simon. He is the one that I always joke that basically peer pressured me into doing a YouTube channel. He's like, you've got some cool stuff, you've got lots of things, you could tell stories, you could do videos and things like that. And along with my good mate Carvey, who doesn't really do much content anymore. He used to be known as Comic Books NYC. Now I think he goes by Panels, Pages and Pixels, or Pixels, Panels and Pages, something like that. But yeah, Carvey is an awesome guy as well. But between those two, they got me 2 or 3, maybe even 4 or 5 sort of appearances before I started my channel, and they're both saying, dude, you need to start a channel. So I did. People that know me outside of YouTube for longer than I've been doing this are still to this day very surprised. They're like, you do YouTube? Because I'm naturally and socially a shy sort of guy. I generally keep to myself, but and that's the other thing is I don't like being in photos and I don't like being in videos. So generally I would shy away from that sort of stuff. But obviously over the years, build up some more confidence, and 4 years later, here I am. So that's definitely, definitely a good thing to be. So obviously, you hear about like the COVID boomers or, the Rona babies or whatever you want to call them. All the guys are sort of like sitting at home and started their channels. Or obviously gone on to bigger and better things. I started quite late because obviously I really did resist the urge to try and do this. I said to myself, there's no way in hell anybody's going to subscribe, let alone watch me. Yes, I don't get a lot of views. My average view size is between probably 30 to 60, roughly, which, to be perfectly honest, I'm just happy to have one viewer, one thumbs up, one comment, anything like that. It's, as I said, I've made so many friends and brothers and sisters and family and things like that over my journey that it's very humbling, to be perfectly honest, especially for such a naturally shy guy like I am. It's definitely been an interesting and fun ride. Obviously, there's been a few bumps along the way, but you know, you get through it. So, because this is fun. You know, for me, it's fun. Sometimes it feels like a chore. Oh, I haven't done a video this week, or things like that. And consistency. A lot of people talk about consistency, and that's probably one thing that I am not, is consistent. Obviously, besides, since I started Spidey's Outback, my live stream on the weekends, that's been the only consistent thing. So, you know, you try your best, but life gets in the way, obviously. But yeah, we're focusing on the positives. The other thing that I did is hit the 1,000 subscriber milestone, which happened 2 months ago. Massive undertaking. I didn't really push for it as much as other people did, other channels, other supporters. Yeah, I'd never thought, like, there was a joke that was done about 2-3 weeks before my birthday, which is at the start of March, basically saying, let's get Spidey to 1,000 subs. I'm like, whatever, that's not going to happen. I think at the time I needed like 200 or 250 subs, and it literally happened. It actually happened like the day before my birthday or something like that, I think it was. So it was, but yeah, I have to shout out to the mod extraordinaire, one of my best friends in this community, Christina Payne. She is an absolute force. When she wants something to happen, she will go to work and she will get you there. She is an absolute godsend to all of us. We all know she is the best mod in the business. She's obviously won us a comic book community award because of it. Yeah, just a massive shout out to Christina. Thank you so much. Obviously, she put the word out, and then different communities came together, and you know, like obviously there was a lot of people that did shout outs that were reached out to, Beard of Pop and Funko Lover, Mama J, Paul and Steph. You know, quite a few people did, you know, shout outs and sub pushes and everything for me. But obviously Christina and a few others were the ones that, you know, kick-started that. And yeah, I can't thank you enough, to be perfectly honest. I don't want to cry in this video, but yeah, it is a very heartfelt thing to know that people care. So yeah, it's anyway, yeah, I'm gonna start crying, so I'm gonna stop that. But yes, thank you very much. Obviously, there's been other times, like when in my early days, obviously Simple Simon and Carvey that I mentioned earlier, put the word out as well, started to, you know, get a couple of subs here and there. Obviously, the old school shout out king, Mr. Rod the Rican himself, did a shout out for me as well. Gary B, when he used to do the Grow Together movement, obviously, you know, he did quite a few shout outs for me as well. Gorilla Todd's another one that actually had me on his show as a live stream. He just said, please, anybody in the chat, just sub him up. There's been a lot of people. Mark from Legion of Comics, Remy Q, DJ Lynx, Rob Fatstacks, Chris the Comic Vet, like all people that I classify as either friends or family or best friends. Obviously, somebody like Remy, I classify Remy as my brother. He's one guy in this community that absolutely love it. He's always been there for me, and I try to be there for him whenever he needs me. But yeah, so it's been an interesting ride. Obviously, you know, drama comes and goes. I'm not going to get into that because I try and stay away from that. People try to drag you in, and you just, as some people say, you either play or you opt out. I just opt out because it's got nothing to do with me. I'm just doing this for fun, doing this for the, you know, the pop culture stuff, the comics, the movies, you know, everything that I love to collect and to immerse myself in my spare time, and that's why I do this. So yeah, so 500 videos, and it's because I did a video the other night, and once again, Simple Simon says, did you realize next video is going to be your 500th video? And I'm like, it's not something that, you know, as I said, people say, oh, I've done 1,000 videos, I've done 1,500 videos, I've done 100 videos or whatever sort of thing. It's not something that people celebrate generally. But I just thought it'd be a good opportunity to do a bit of a reflection sort of video, I suppose you could say. So as I said, if this is something that's going to bore you to tears, you don't need to watch it. If you do, love you and thank you very much. But yeah, there's so many people to thank, as I've mentioned a lot of names already. But yeah, on to bigger and better things. Obviously, I got the 1,000 subs. Finally went through all the hurdles and the humps and the bumps and everything like that to actually get monetized properly. So now I am properly monetized, which is... I've joked for years. And anybody who's known me since the start has always said, I'll never get monetized. Well, obviously it happened. But yeah, only due to exterior, forces, I will say. Obviously with a lot of the names that I mentioned to help me to get to that. So yeah, it's been a great ride. I'm going to continue, obviously, to do my statue collection videos, my original art, so my art collection. Do my shopping with Spidey when I get a chance. Do my new series, Movie Night with Spidey, where I'm, basically picking one of the physical media movies or TV series or anime, whatever I happen to sort of pick. I'll also try and obviously do my con videos, which is mainly B-reel and haul. And obviously my mad mail call when the odd occasion happens that I do actually get something in the mail. Because obviously I don't get a lot, so I can't really do it. Like, I'd love to do a mad mail call every week. I'd love to. But I just don't have that kind of cash. And obviously, if you know the story or you know the circumstances of living in Australia and trying to buy comics or things, everything is super inflated, super rare, and it's just hard. But I do all right for for what I have, should I say. So obviously a long journey with the comics, and it's been a fun journey, and still want to smash out those goals over the years. So, but anyway, yeah, so 500 videos, 1,000 subs, shout outs to all my friends and family out there. Love you guys, love everybody. Yeah, that'll do. There's nothing else I can think of off the top of my head, but this video is obviously gone. It's me just waffling for 15 minutes or whatever it is. But yeah, thank you if you've watched. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who's helped me over my journey. Thank you to everybody who's been a friend, a fan, a supporter, a subscriber, anybody who's just watched one video once. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, be kind, be safe, take care, do all the usual YouTube stuff before you leave, hit the thumbs up on the way out, leave a comment if you want to. If you've watched, fantastic, thank you so much. And yeah, obviously hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. So once again, thank you, please be safe, hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and Spidey out.